Hey, what's going on, everybody? Rob the Warrior Strategist coming at you live from San Diego. It has been a while since I've done a video. I've been in Las Vegas for Air Force School and wanted to come back hard and release a really powerful video to help entrepreneurs, authors, business owners, pretty much anybody that's got a business to get to their first 5K a month and keep it going, right? Too many of us toil in low-income months and never hit that 5K mark and give up. And honestly, the reason that I picked 5K as an arbitrary number is because 5K is the level at which, for the most part, your business model is validated, you have figured out your sales processes, and it's enough to cover your rent and some goodies, right? 5K is that mark where you realize that what you're doing can actually be sustainable income, and you can actually make a decent living off of it. It's not in some, like, if you live in like San Francisco or Manhattan, obviously you're going to need to make more money, but for the most part, most people I know would be really happy to make 5K a month from their side job, from their entrepreneurial venture. So my job today is to teach you how to get to 5K, because believe it or not, there are actually strategies to get to 5K that are different from the strategies to get to 10K, to get to 20K, whatever it is your monthly goal is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover 6 areas today, and I'm going to talk about how to grow your business to get to 5K, regardless of your business model, regardless of whether you're service-based, regardless of whether you're goods-based, because there are different strategies that work for each. So let's start off. Got my handy dandy chart here, boom, and I went over all these ideas. So how to hit 5K a month. Number 1 is your business model analysis. And what you need to do is you need to sit down with a piece of paper and you need to figure out exactly what type of business model you're running and then adjust your strategy according to such. And what I mean by this is that some businesses, the biggest differentiation between the two is that some businesses are geographically anchored, right? So like my friend Jihei runs a dog training academy in Florida, and she has to have people actually physically go there with their dogs in order to buy a package to have their dogs trained. So she can't like sell over the internet. She can't go anywhere else. I mean, maybe she could, but essentially her main hub is, the town she lives in Florida. My friend Haley O, who runs Haley O Designs, Haley O'Neill, she has to actually, she fixes and I guess upgrades and gives style advice for bachelor pads. I'm definitely going to interview her for my my hot mess I live in. It's not that bad, but Haley could definitely help me out with some of the things I got going on here. But anywho, Haley has to actually go to the location physically in order to offer the service, right? And then if you have a geographically anchored business, the first thing I'm going to advise that you do is to focus your marketing and your cross promotions with other local businesses. Now, if you have a non-geographically anchored business, like one where you can sell over the internet or you can, sell to anybody, regardless outside of your area, then I suggest you start thinking about maybe even marketing overseas, maybe even marketing out of state, market to different cities, but make sure to expand your reach. Figure out your sales process, get your sales web pages up and your processes going, and then start marketing that way. The next thing to think about with your business model is, can you automate? This is the biggest thing that's going to set you apart and save you hundreds and hundreds of hours, is setting up automated processes. And when I talk about automation, it can be a lot of things. It could be your social media, it can be your emails that go out, the grunt work, the day-to-day for your company, your sales, and your delivery process. Like, all these things can be automated. So for example, when I was releasing my ebooks, I actually have it set up with something called eJunkie, where somebody buys it from the sale page and it gets automatically delivered to them. I don't have to do a thing except let them know that the sales page exists. So that saves me all the steps of money collection and delivery of product right there. Very handy. Automation is one of the greatest things you can ever do for your company. Look at automating every chance you get, and even hiring a VA or somebody to do your social media, like a campaign manager, that is a form of automating. So these things will always help your business model. So once you've kind of analyzed your business model and you figured out what it is that you need to do in accordance with what business model you have, you need to look at your prices. And I have a rule: don't ever sell anything under 99 bucks. It's just not worth the time with the marketing. For me, as a service-based provider, as a business strategy, it takes on clients. I don't have any services I could offer for under 99 bucks. It's just the profit margins are too low, and you spend too much time like trying to nickel and dime people that are super cheap. Your pricing is very important because it reflects your value. It reflects how people perceive you. And I always tell people to price according to like their customer results, what people say about them, their testimonials, how good they are. Those are primaries. Secondaries can be like education, experience, media exposure, all this different stuff. But keep your pricing at a level of the lifestyle you wish to attain. I mean, that's the bottom line right there. And the only exception to the $99 rule is if you have some type of like goods-based business and you've got a huge selection of smaller trinkets that are on like an Etsy shop or a Shopify or anything like that, then I guess it's okay. Like that's the only time I'd really make the exception, because then people can buy like bundle packs and stuff like that. But for the most part, and especially if you're a service-based industry, keep it way above 99 bucks, even for your cheapest stuff. Just trust me on this one. You don't want to attract bargain shoppers. You just don't. Now, the next thing to do as far as your prices go is to create a reverse sale goal. So you know right off the top of your head that you want 5K a month for your business. So what you need to do is get a piece of paper out or a dry erase board and write down $5,000 a month and realize that that's only $1,250 a week. And $1,250 a week is not that hard to make if you are priced properly and if you've leveraged your brand to where people understand the value of what you do. If you've communicated effectively with your audience about what you're worth, you will be able to pull $1,250. So if you look at mine, my sales goal is $15,000 for February. I've got all my income streams right over here, and then I've got boxes next to them so that I can check off anytime I make a sale. I got a bunch of contracts going out this week. It helps to keep me organized, and it also helps me to realize like where I need to focus my efforts. Reverse engineering your sales goal is a great way to visually see how close you're getting every single week. I highly recommend you make an income chart for each month. It totally helps you out. It'll motivate you, and it'll push you to get those sales. The next thing to consider when going for your 5K is your audience. What is your perfect audience avatar? Like, who is buying your stuff? Like, for example, the majority of people that hire me are veteran business owners. They're usually male between 25 and like 52. A lot of them have beards and they like guns. And this is just a composite of the majority of people that have hired me that work with me. Now that I know this, I can adjust my marketing, I can adjust my terminology, the life experiences I share, the things I talk about with them, and it helps me to bond with them. Not everyone is going to have a perfect client avatar, customer avatar. Some people just market to everybody, and that's okay too. But I'm just saying, when you niche down and you start to understand like who buys from you and why they buy from you, it'll definitely help your marketing plans. Number 4 is to think about your paths of purchase. For the most part, a lot of us have only 1 or 2 paths of purchase, and that's the actual route that goes from, client marketing up to the sale. A path of purchase, there are so many you can create for your business. A lot of them you probably haven't even thought of yet, but paths of purchase are very important. It's something that you want to get a piece of paper out and start writing down different ones. So when I work with clients, I have something like 27 of them that are isolated. But I encourage you right now, if you're serious about increasing your sales goals, to add at least 3 paths of purchase where somebody can buy from you. And I'm going to give you some free ones today because I appreciate you watching this video and I want to help you guys to get your income goals. So some of these paths to purchase are taking out a Facebook ad, okay? Making a sale page for your goods or services, doing a Facebook Live to pitching, doing a sale call to pitching, starting an email campaign, YouTube video to pitch, or a media appearance to pitch. Steve Olsner, who's a famous podcaster in San Diego, told us at an event that every time he gets interviewed on a podcast, he's got a sale page ready to go, and he makes $1,000 in ebook sales on average every time he gets interviewed somewhere. Wow, $1,000 every single time. I've been on 70 podcasts. I've been messing up. Just being honest. Steve was really impressive when he shared that. So get your paths to purchase going. Start thinking about the ways that people can buy from you and the ways that you can get your product or service in front of them. And don't rely on only one or two mediums in order to sell. Like just showing off your website a lot, or just, going on your Facebook main feed. There's a ton of things out there that you can use to optimize your paths to purchase. And the next tactic on the big board is optimize sales strategy. What this means is look at what provides the most sales in the past. Is it seasonal? Do you have a product that everybody really likes? Do you have a service that's super popular? Do you have something that is in demand? And the way to ask this is to actually just take polls. Take polls of your audience. See, hey, what would you guys buy today? Or what would you guys be more inclined to buy? Or what would you like to learn most about? And then when your audience gives you this market research, then you can actually develop your products and services around that and sell where the demand is. If you want to take it a step further, one option you can do is hire a pro to make you a market research report. And I happen to know Sarah Cruz is really, really good at these. Find Sarah Cruz, ask her how much a market research report is. I've seen her work. It'll tell you everything you need to know about your audience, about your marketing campaign, about your sales strategy, customer avatar. Sarah is really, really good. Love her to death. Highly recommend if you need more help with market research. All right, and with that, guys, we're going to wrap up and give you the last tip to hitting $5,000 a month in your business. And that is to incorporate the elements of my program, Tactical CEQ, your Celebrity Expert Quotient. And once you isolate the 4 variables of Tactical CEQ, which just means pretty much being a celebrity expert, you're going to start seeing sales, and you're not going to have to try as hard anymore. Because essentially what you're doing is making yourself popular so that people know who you are and they reach out to you and they buy from you. And this is accomplished using 4 different variables that all come together. And because this is a free video, I can't, obviously I can't get into like super details and proprietary stuff, but I can tell you this. It involves 4 things mainly. Influencer recruitment, where famous people share your stuff. Strategic social media, where you actually think about your posts and the results you want to get from them and you leverage them properly. Okay? Media appearances, and then creating content in your industry. Those are the big 4 for Tactical CEQ, but there's a couple of other things as well, but those are the main 4 that I tell people to focus on. So if you could focus on those 4 areas and start making a little bit of effort towards each one each week, you're going to get more popular, you're going to grow, your audience is going to get bigger, and you're going to get seen a lot more. If you ever have any questions about Tactical CEQ, hit me up. Program's launching in a couple of weeks. It's looking really, really good. People are excited about it. It's even been talked about at a couple of college presentations outside of my state, which is amazing. Thank you, Patrick Kirby. But yeah, hopefully this will help you guys to get your business to $5,000 a month. Keep your head up. Remember that you can do this. Okay, it is entirely possible. I know it's a lot of work sometimes. I know it's frustrating, a lot of long nights, but you will get there. I do believe in you. And if you have any questions, reach out to me. All right, this is Rob the Warrior Strategist signing off. And if you have any questions, feel free to hit me up on my website at www.yournextlevelofsuccess.com. And as always, I'm here to answer any questions you may have. Feel free to subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.